VINCENZO'S Go Crypto Investing, where you like, subscribe, and share for a one-of-a-kind, company-made, computer software trading probability-based trading alert, tactical analysis, and company philosophy, as I'm your most trusted source for blockchain technology and cryptocurrency breaking news and coin updates here on YouTube and in the cryptocurrency sphere. As old Vincenzo has brought back truth and, most importantly, integrity back into the trading sphere. And before we start, you can see the latest meeting. This is on uscongress.gov, and this was daily Senate committee meetings, and this is July 28th, 2022, issue volume 168, number 126, daily edition. You can see the committee meeting. Armed Services Committee concluded a hearing to examine the nominations of Melancia Danielle Harris of Virginia and Rada Iyengar Plume, I don't know what that name is, of New York, both to be a deputy under securities, and Brandon Owens of Virginia and Laura Taylor Cal of California, both to be an assistant secretary, all of the Department of Defense, after the nominees testified and answered questions in their own behalf. Crypto and Security Scams and Risk Committee on Banking, Housing, and Urban Affairs Committee concluded a hearing to examine protecting investors and savers, focusing on understanding scams and risk in crypto and securities markets, including S.4356, to provide for reasonable financial innovation and to bring digital assets within the regulatory parameter, S.3529, to amend the Investor Protection and Security Reform Act of 2010 to provide grants to states for enacting protections of senior investors and senior policyholders, S.4608, to amend Internal Revenue Code of 1986 to exclude from gross income de minimis gains from certain sales or exchanges of virtual currency, S.3990, to amend the Security and Exchange Act of 1934 to prohibit certain securities trading and related communications by those who possess material non-public information, and S.2447 to enhance civilian penalties under the federal securities laws, after reviewing testimony from Melanie Center Lubin, North America Securities Administrators Association, and Gary Walsh, Financial Industries Regulator Authority, both of Washington, right? So there's a lot of bills that they're trying to amend to get the crypto market regulated, right? And this is all going to happen, and this is S3529, and it says the bill reauthorized through FY 2028 and otherwise revise the Senior Investor Protocol Grant Program. The bill moves the program from the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau to Securities and Exchange Commission, established a task force to oversee the program and eliminating certain grant eligibility requirements. So we'll see what happens with this, with what they do in the coming months to coming year. as they're going to be regulating the shit out of all this, especially I believe as we go into 2023 and get close to 2024, because I believe by 2024, sometime during 2024, if not by the beginning, the central bank digital currency, or as I call it, the Fed dollar coin here in the United States, will be out, and the United States will have to heavily regulate it, right? And they'll have to have crypto heavily regulated when the Fed dollar coin is out, because they don't want direct competition with any kind of coins. They're going to have them regulated, just like the commodities market is heavily regulated, right? Unless you're a big boy that has a bunch of money, then you can manipulate the commodity, just like you can manipulate the crypto market if you're a whale sloshing around, right? But if we take a look at some of these coins, you can see Shiba coin. We're just going to do a quick rundown, not really get into too in depth into anything, but you can see Shiba coin. The last time we talked, that's your bearish route, and right now you're sitting again at that 200-day moving average. And if you follow this, if you fail to hold this, you're going to come down closer to that underneath target or the underneath support at about a bunch of zeros, 802. But if you can get some support here, you can make a nice run up into here, and that's at your overhead resistance at a bunch of zeros, 1364. So those are your two routes in Shiba coin. Upper resistance to watch, 1364. Lower support to watch, 782-ish area, right? If we look at, we had a big fall in Matic USDT, or Magic USDT. Somebody wanted me to look at that before, but that technical analysis was almost impossible, because you just go look at the chart and you'll see what I'm talking about. What do we got? Dent. We used to like Dent in here, but you can see Dent since the last time we talked about it. We've called it bearish for quite some time, right? And this is when it could try to get bullish, right? It did not obviously take the bullish route. It took the bearish route, and look at that. It came right down to the underneath support, and now it's trying to come back on this last line of defense. You can see it came down, traded up and sideways, got rejected, came down, now it's trading up and sideways, and it's trying to get over this major underneath support. If you can make a run up here at the 0.001586, but if you keep getting rejected by the bottom part of the shithouse, you're going to trade even farther down, right? And Dent, theta, we'll take a look at theta, and you can see in theta, in the 4-hour time frame, you can see we got this falling channel, and we need to zoom out in theta, because you can see we've been in this falling channel for a long time, and now we've actually come back up, got supported on the underneath blue ring, and now we're threatening, as we're above the 50-day moving average in the daily time frame. If we get back up into here, we could trade all the way back up into this area and do something like this, and that's what I'm watching out for in theta right now, after you've had a big fall from the top, and from the high to the low, you were down 94% in theta, right? And this has still got a long way to come down, quite possibly, but right now in theta, this is what a short-term bounce could look like, and from current price, this would be a phenomenally fantastic 100% gain, between a 45 and 100% gain in theta. But if it gets rejected by this upper resistance trying to break back in, you're going to fall straight down to the 29 cents. But we're going to watch this for theta in the next few days and the weeks to come, as this bear market rally and these random coins continue, and to some extent in the Bitcoin. And if we take a look at the Bitcoin price, you can see we're still sitting up here trying to make up its mind if it's going to make a nice run to the $25,000 to $26,000 range, or if we're going to start to stall out and this is going to start to trade back down. And this was nothing more than a nice big topping reversal pattern, or double top, to trade back down all the way to your underneath support. But if you can continue to get supported on this underneath old resistance, that's new support that you're sitting on right now, when we look at the hour time frame, see that? You're trying to hold that. As long as you can hold this uptrending 22,822, you can remain bullish in Bitcoin. But if you fall underneath that, you're going to get bearish, right? So that's what we're looking at there. XLM. is the same thing. You can see we're struggling up here, but we're holding the moving averages, and XLM is the same thing. You need to hold the moving averages right here to remain bullish and try to catapult up into here, this 12.25 cents, and even try to make a run to 13 cents. But if you fail and fall below these moving averages right here, you're going to trade down. You fucker. You're going to trade down if you follow these moving averages and trade back down to that 10-cent level. So you're either coming down here or you're going to try to trade up into this range. But the key critical area is to stay above the short-term moving averages. Nobody cares about Zcash. And then a little XRP action to finish. You can see we hit that nice, fantastic upper resistance here the other day, or maybe today. And then we got rejected, and now we're on the moving averages. And if you can hold the moving averages, the 200-day, it could catapult you up and get above that critical overhead resistance at 37 cents and try to make a run up into these upper areas that we've been talking about with what I was talking to you earlier about, this little W reversal pattern that we've noticed and we've been talking about for over a week and a half to 2 weeks now. Right? Over a week and a half to 2 weeks now. And this is what we're looking at right here. You can see this W reversal pattern in there, right? And if you did the targeted move from there, right? Of course it would do that. You go from the top to the neckline to the point of a breakout, and that's why we have these technical targets up here, just below that major white support and resistance zone between the 48 and 50 cent level, and we're going to continue to watch out for that. On a push down, the underneath support would bring you back down to about 30 cents. Like, subscribe, and share to Vincenzo's Go Crypto Investing. Peace and love. Peace and love.